Hey guys, it's Rayless, Sura Phase 3. Pause here if you want to see my loadout. I don't show it much. Here we go. You gotta break these two purple fire things. Do not do this. Do not do this. Don't do this fight. Elephant in the room right now before we start is I am wearing the Shadow Cloak, which is indicative of the fact that I have completed Sura Phase 3 before this run. While that is technically and unfortunately true, what happened is I did it once, and Sura killed me, but my summon stayed behind and killed him after the fact. And technically, it's just that death qualifier is all you need to get the cloak, even though the game said, "You lost, idiot." So I put on the cloak the next day when I was streaming, because I just found it in my closet, and I was told by a viewer who looked it up that I got it for completing Sura Phase 3. That didn't sit right with me. It felt like a disqualification win for me. So I'm here to defend the belt. I'm here to prove that it wasn't a fluke. You may notice a big long pause here. Between phases, I'm letting my cooldowns come back. But I'm relying heavily on what tenured players will recognize as the strategy that you want to use for fighting most of the endgame bosses, or the hard content bosses, which is running in big circles around and waiting for your moment. So that's how the game is played, and that's what I'm trying to implore here. And I've actually really factored that into my build. I've got the unicorn, I've got the sandals with the little wings, I forget what they're called. So I move very fast, and I get up to my top speed very quickly, and that is key in Phase 3 when we get there. The rest of this is academic. I'm not even going to explain it, because if you don't know what's going on in this video, stop watching. It will only serve to confuse and scare you. Leave. But for the rest of us, I'm very fast. I'm very, very much exploiting that in these first phases, trying to not absorb a lot of damage, and I have collected a lot of items that encourage denying sequential damage from Sura, because it is the combos that will defeat you. It isn't one attack, it isn't one ability, it's the fact you can't get away from the follow-up. He's so fast. Even in this second phase, he's very fast, but once you're used to it, you're used to it. But Phase 3 is a different animal, which we're about to enter right now. So we've got maximum speed and everything I can do to evade those sequential combo building damage assaults. You may notice a longer than average pause here because my final cooldown just popped. Again, I'm focusing on both my Arcanas and my Relics getting off of cooldown. But you might notice I'm still just sitting here. At this point in real life, I'm recording this after the fact, I am looking around the room, like, frantically for help. Like a break glass in case of emergency type situation. I'm looking for a fire axe. I don't know what to do. And I eventually realize I just gotta bite the bullet and fight Sura Phase 3. Here we go. This is the main event. It begins. We begin the run strategy, and there's a couple things you might notice here that are pretty subtle, but I am not casting my R1 summon very often. And I am not just dodging or dashing. I am running. There's a reason I'm doing that, because that is much more predictable and something that I've built up towards. And as far as the summon is concerned, if I cast that, I get hit. It takes a second, so I really can only cast it in the moments I feel safe. And as it stands, I'm slightly ahead. I'm using this strategy. I'm trying to do a little more than he does as we engage in these encounters. I missed a couple damage phases, but you, again, have 1 second to do them. But that's fine. There's one I caught, but I still only got about a second out of it. And now the ratio kind of switches, where he's starting to get the better of me. So I'm hoping to catch him again with the things that will follow him. My signature arcana, charged or not, will chase him down to do damage. And my summon, which I'm scared to cast. And then all the while, well, there we go, I'm dead. But the Halo. All the while, we are using Evading Zephyr to try to make the most out of all of this. This is my last chance. I have died, my health is low, his health is low. There's nothing I can do at this point. Evading Zephyr is something that I am using to avoid taking damage. I'm no longer running, I am now dashing. And you want to drop the final spell at some point to just chase him down and finish him. It's right there. I get the win with 77 health remaining. This was such a nightmare. To anyone who uses a damage build, it's not my style. So this was not about damage, that was all about movement. And right here, I have no mic plugged in. I can't talk to anyone, but my excitement takes hold. You can see me running in circles. Up we go, super excited. I didn't get to see it when I got that fake win that got me the cloak, but I'm finally going to get to see the unique dialogue that I get for doing the hardest thing in this entire game, defeating Sura Phase 3. It's going to be different. This so far seems the same. This is identical. This is exactly the same. You get nothing. You get absolutely no fanfare. Who cares? I'm excited as hell. Look at me go. That unicorn stuff really helps with the fanfare. So, I mean, 77 health isn't great, but it did. It would have actually resulted in 5 or 6 real life hits. So I had a bit of leeway there. Not much, but a bit. Here we go. Zach. Hey, buddy. You're a good dude, Zach. I like you. Dealing with passed out people all day. 48 minutes. Again, if I didn't mention it, I was using the grit cloak. So damage, healing increased, which didn't help me in the final fight, and armor. And then the turtle shell. We love summons. We love Evading Zephyr, the VIP arcana of that final fight. This is a dopey look at the things I used, if you didn't want to just pause and look at it at the final screen or at the beginning of the video. And that is how I, a stupid man, beat Sura Phase 3. Thanks so much for watching that video, guys. Don't care if you like or subscribe. Life is pain. There is no God. I still hope you have an excellent day, an excellent life, and maybe, just maybe, I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.